Welcome to OFP's segment on Bjorn's phony baloney. It says, sometimes when I'm delivering pizza and have my car topper on and I see kids playing in their yard, I pull into their driveway. They get real excited thinking their parents ordered pizza, but then I immediately leave and drive further down the street. The look on their face is priceless.
Sounds like something Luke would do.
Absolutely. Requiring everyone's clocks to be the same as communism. Let the free market decide what time it is.
Well, we probably won't have daylight savings time.
That's what it made me think of. I know that you don't like daylight savings time.
Why? It's not that I care. It doesn't affect me. But a lot of people die. The time change kills people.
I wonder how many people miss important things because of it. Like they show up late, or they get there too early, or
some of these people might be committing suicide because of the time change that they were not aware of. With technology, I'm sure that happens less because your phone automatically does it. But I can see before, when you had to do it yourself, I bet a shit ton of people missed important meetings.
Your theory on the suicide thing, though. I wonder if people have been like, hey, let's meet tomorrow for breakfast and we can talk things out and make things okay. And then they show up thinking okay, I'm here, it's 8:00 and shit, they're not coming. They stood me up. It's over. And they leave and then another person shows up at the right time and they're like, what the fuck?
And then they think the same thing. Be a good movie. A part of a movie.
Sad movie. Handing a mixtape to my doctor. Please, my beats. They're very sick.
I have no comment on that. But
I don't either. Like I said, some of these are funny, some of them are stupid.
They made me laugh.
Most of them are stupid. Does the Pillsbury Doughboy have a skeleton? Or is he some sort of dough golem?
But the blood golem has a skeleton, right? Because there's skeletons sticking out of him. Yeah, I don't think he has bones.
So what happens when you cut into him? Is it just more dough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you cut him in half and he grows. There's two
Turns
of
into two of them.
Yep. Just a magical. I don't know. Material.
Remember we had a little Pillsbury Doughboy, lack of a better word, action figure on the kitchen.
I do remember that.
People of Gotham, you have exactly 24 hours to deliver the Batman.
What is her name?
I don't even know who she is, but god damn, she looks rough.
I don't know her first name, but her first name is Governor Lightfoot.
Her first name is Governor?
I'm pretty sure she's a governor. Or a mayor.
I have no idea who it is.
She's from Chicago.
Oh.
Mary Lightfoot? I don't know.
Not Gordon Lightfoot, that's for sure.
Anyways, she does not look like a human being.
She
doesn't look like a real person.
No.
She's hideous.
Worse than a good wax museum or bad wax museum feature.
Wax and yeah, fuck her. She didn't let.
I don't want to. She doesn't look like a human.
She stopped cops from protecting businesses, which they should have just done on their own selves. Because if they're not there to do that, then what are they there for? But she pulled a bunch of them off the streets to guard her neighborhood against the riots that she was allowing happen.
I do remember that. Therapist asks, so when did your drug addiction begin? That might not mean anything to you. But I distinctly remember being in Jordan's Hardware on Main Street, Knox, as a very young child, huffing markers.
What?
Because they smell so good.
Were you with Tyler?
No, I was 5. Tyler didn't move there till 3rd grade, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Probably between 5 years old and 10 years old. Literally, every time we went to the hardware store, I went there to that section to huff markers. Not till you get high, but they just
right. You were 5. You didn't even know what high meant.
Well, I do know
You're
at
like, I
some
was still
point
doing that when I was 13.
I was definitely smelling rubber cement at that point. Again, not like a lot. Just like
enough.
just
Just
like
the
at
right
school, you're like,
amount.
hey, there's some rubber cement. Like
Let's get high right here,
yeah,
guys.
not like getting fucked up, just like getting a little pick me up.
Yeah.
I like to smell gasoline too. Probably why I can't smell a lot of things anymore. Destiny's really
You're
like,
sitting there huffing gasoline too.
Destiny's like, something smell weird. I'm like, I don't know. I can smell anything. If you lose one sense, your other senses become enhanced. That's why people with no sense of humor have a heightened sense of self-importance.
I like that one.
No sense of humor is worse though. Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
somebody has a weird sense of humor, you're just like, yeah,
I don't get it.
Not a joke.
Like, I don't get it. Yeah, a lot of the left seems to be like that. Can't take a joke.
Well, they get offended, but I mean, some people just like they try to make a joke and it's just like, fuck, that wasn't a joke. Like that was a statement that didn't make any sense.
Right. So the bad sense of humor.
Yeah.
For more content, check out the Obtainable Freedom Project on any of the major podcatchers. And don't forget to go to theobtainablefreedomproject.com. Here's a clip from our podcast. Yeah, no, just the major problem in America is that dudes never grow up to be men.
Oh. What's that have to do with me?
Nothing, but it has to do with your financial class because you're learning how to take care of things. And I think that if people around here, not just around here, but in America, were used to taking care of things, they wouldn't be sold on, hey, wear a mask for the next 2 years for a virus that has a 99 plus survivability rate. Or shut down the country for a virus that's not going to kill you or your kids. And people do die from it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that the average age of people who die from it is higher than the average age of people who die.
On average.
On average, yeah. And if people were men and took care of themselves and didn't look to a higher authority when it comes to like government or just shit like that, none of this would be happening. Not only that, but even if COVID was extremely serious and we did have to shut down the country, if people took care of their shit beforehand and were set up in life, they would have the
take a 3-month vacation.
Not 3 months, but I mean, shutting down for 2 weeks, if you were successful and saved up, would be a lot less devastating if you were barely making it, scraping by, and then all of a sudden you have to shut down. So many businesses have closed. And that's not solely on them, because it's extremely hard to create a business and keep it going because of the taxes and regulations and everything else in place too. Mm-hmm. However, I think, there's just a huge portion of the country that's just
not ready.
Well, just a bunch of bitches too. That has something to do with it. Not ready, don't know how to be a man. Also, I think that's fair. They're not taught. Their whole life is learning how to depend on a higher source.
Yeah, and not just be a man, but be a grown up. I mean, this is on the women too.
Nah.
It's a little bit.
Nah. I anything that happens in my family, I blame it on me.
Okay.
Even if it's Jess's fault. If it's Jess's fault, that means I didn't do something right.
But is it fair to say that Jessica is also a grown-up and knows how to conduct herself and add value to the family in a grown-up capacity?
Absolutely.
To be prepared for...
Absolutely. And even though it could be her fault, I feel like...
I wasn't even pinning blame. I'm just saying that...
No, but even
as a society need to grow up.
Sure. But I'm just saying as a man, even if it is your wife's fault, it is your fault.
For marrying her.
And I guess that kind of sounds shitty.
Toxic masculinity.
That's such a stupid term. I just think that men should take responsibility of what happens in their family. 100%.
I don't disagree with you.
100%. And
And they should take responsibility for themselves as well. I mean,
yeah.
start with that and expand. And then they should take responsibility for what happens in their community or their church and what happens in their, country.
Yeah. Yeah. So if Jess was to come and say, oh, well, never mind. I don't even know where I'm going with that. I don't have the right example in my head
You
right
want
now
me to
for
do
it.
I can be Jess.
No, that's not.
Dean, I burnt the pot roast. You'd be like, woman, it's my fault.
Yeah, maybe.
I think this beer's getting to me.